Bulletcast for life.
Hello, this is the one and only son of Zack Sabre, the historic and legendary British wrestler. You are listening to the Bulletcast, and I hope you enjoy the words that they will say on this podcast, and you can have lots of fun about wrestling. Cheers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bulletcast, the only sports recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet, and we are Pro Wrestling's elite podcast. I am joined in studio by the Canadian Destroyer, Brandon, and newcomer, Sleazy E,
How you guys doing?
or the original Big E as he likes to be called. Of course, I'm the modern day Mamba Raja. So, guys, it's a lot of wrestling this week. Ready to talk some stuff?
Ready.
Yeah. But before we get into this, what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia, we want to address that. Thoughts and prayers go out to the people who were affected by this tragedy. I don't believe we need to make America great again. I believe we need to make America Obama again. But unfortunately, that cannot happen. All right, moving into outside of the ring. Disney denies access to Magnum TA, wrestling legend. Unfortunately, he only wrestled for 6 years due to a car accident. Former United States champion, but the story here is he has to get around on a Segway because he's injured, and Disney wouldn't allow him in the park.
A Segway?
That seems weird. I mean, most experiences I've seen with Disney, they're pretty accommodating to their guests. I wouldn't understand why they wouldn't let him in with that.
I know. Corbin versus Meltzer. Dave Meltzer, a Bay Area native here. But apparently, this whole Twitter feud that they had led to what happened on SmackDown with Baron Corbin. So yeah, Corbin's just going back and forth with him, telling him, take a bump, you can't criticize the business if you've never taken a bump and stuff like that. And then Meltzer said, well, Vince McMahon runs the company and never took a bump till he was like 52. It's just it's a whole thing.
And then he started making fun of a army person.
You know,
And then he blocked some people.
Corbin's living the gimmick.
I mean,
Yeah.
Apparently he's living it too much.
Yes. All right. Braun puts over Roman. He was on two separate podcasts that I listened to, Cheap Heat with Peter Rosenberg and In This Corner with Brian Campbell. And they asked why his program with Roman has been so good, and he said that he trusts his partner, and Roman got him through the matches. He called Roman one of the best workers in the world, and then he addressed the hate, the flack that Roman gets constantly. And Braun was pretty funny with this one. He says people they can say that because they have the keyboard to hide behind, go up to his face and say it, or better yet, go get in the ring with him.
Day one Roman over here, so there's no hate from me.
Would you get in the ring with?
Heat all the way over here, right here.
Would you say it to his face?
Sure. Remember I told you that I told Roman that Brock Lesnar was gonna fucking murder him.
Did he look at you?
No, I was like, in the second row.
You gotta make eye contact.
I gotta make eye contact.
That's because
but,
he's the big dog and doesn't want us to hear anything from you.
Roman's.
When it comes to Roman Reigns,
He's fine.
He's a handsome boy.
He's fine.
This is my yard now.
Roman drops.
It's just gone.
I got those.
I don't know if you guys know this, but fun fact, Roman Reigns is a big dog. And it's his yard.
It is his yard.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But the yard is on Brock Lesnar's property.
Oh man, that's true.
And Brent's due.
All right.
Bitches.
A more serious note. Ric Flair, he was hospitalized. They said it was heart issues, but I hear he was on kidney dialysis.
Dave Meltzer said it was his colon. It was a blockage.
There's been actually a couple of reports today that's actually multiple organs. It's sad to say this. I mean, inevitably it kind of happens to all of us, but we're praying for you, Flair.
Yes, I mean
He's a great man.
I can't lose Ric Flair. He's the greatest wrestler of all time.
Man, I want to see Ric Flair coming out the hospital in some gaiters, slapping his chest like, "Woo! I'm back, baby."
He gave us some great liners like this.
Hey, you keep your mouth shut, fat boy.
Or
Hey, Rick, oldest ride, longest line.
I'm praying for you, Nate. Get well
And
soon.
he has another wife to marry.
Yes.
He hasn't put another one on the board.
Four times?
I don't know.
4 times?
Too many.
Too many. All right. Alberto Del Rio, or Alberto El Patron, he is stripped of the Global Force Wrestling heavyweight title.
Good.
No surprise there. Really don't care. That's not the guy you want to represent your company. And Joey Ryan, the king of Dong Style.
The boy.
Hashtag Dong Dust.
That is.
There is a documentary being released of him in 2018. One of the things that it's mainly focused on is the Cow Palace show that we were in attendance for.
Wonderful.
Marvelous, yeah. See some backstage stuff of him and Cody putting together the match. Really interesting. I like it, and it focuses on his tag team with Candice LeRae, world's cutest tag team.
Greatest tag team ever.
Love Candace.
I love Candice
Mae
LeRae.
Young classic winner right there.
Oh man, let's make it happen. All right, guys, what is your favorite SummerSlam match? Should I go first?
I think you
Sure.
should.
I
Go.
mean, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, SummerSlam 2002. You talk about a brawl, Shawn coming back from injury. Actually, that wasn't his first match back from the injury. He actually did a match in like 2000 at an indie show.
All right, smarty pants.
Hey, man, they call me the professor.
He knows his facts.
Hashtag wrestling historian.
Hashtag facts.
Hashtag facts, yes.
Hashtag fake news.
All right. Anyway,
Alternative facts.
yeah, that's my favorite SummerSlam match. Total great stories, physical. Brandon, what about yourself?
I mean, if you listen to this podcast
For like the
anytime,
past 10 weeks.
like the past, like this whole time, you know my favorite match is it's Daniel Bryan versus John Cena, WrestleMania 2013. But I'll go with my second favorite match, and that's Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan. It's a great match.
2005.
Just Shawn Michaels bumping all over the place, doing flippy doos for Hulk Hogan. A
Selling
lot of
galore.
backstage heat for that one. Because
Shawn Michaels.
it
It's a
was
good
supposed to
one.
be like a three match thing, but Hulk was like, no, brother, we're only gonna do one match, and I'm gonna go over. And so Shawn was like, all right, I'm just gonna do my thing. And this is basically like the only time it's been like dickish Shawn Michaels before, in the early 90s. After he came back and he was a, good Christian boy,
I just-
like the
I-
Young
Born
Bucks.
again.
I like it because it was just so ridiculous.
I know, didn't he like get booted in the face, take a bump, get back up?
Like
to
there's
take
like a
another
point
Yeah.
where he's like laying on top of the corner and Hogan's like barely touching him with his toe and
Oh,
he's like
yeah.
flying like 5 feet up in the air.
One? Shawn Michaels
It's
is the greatest
amazing.
in-ring performer of all time. What
And
about
it's
you?
actually a
That
good
is
match.
true.
It is.
Like it's a really good match if you just ignore the crazy bumps.
What about you, man?
Right before the podcast, I was talking to Black Mamba over here,
Mamba Raja, yes.
Mamba Raja.
Whatever you want to call me.
Man of many aliases.
Hashtag Podfather.
I like that one. And we were talking about Shawn and Razor Ramon. Now, usually that is my favorite, but I'm gonna go with something that just happened maybe a year ago. That was Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar.
Really?
And here's the reason why. I love at the end of matches when you don't know, when you have that feeling where you don't know if what you just saw is real or not.
Shooter work, yeah.
And if you remember, just at the end, Lesnar just bowing down Orton, and he's just gashing, and it felt gruesome, and it felt so. It was like the UFC Brock Lesnar came over
He
to
just
WWE.
got off that fight, didn't he?
It was not. I think
Yeah,
it was right,
it was afterwards.
right
It was
after.
after the
No,
Mark
right
Hunt
after was the fight. But still, like it was that whole mentality because you knew Lesnar was training for that Mark Hunt fight, and it's just, did it go too far? Did it? What was was happening there?
It looked so real. Chris Jericho went to grill him like, what did you do?
And that's what you get when you get wrestlers who know, especially a great like Jericho,
Yeah.
who have seen almost everything that happened, questioning the validity of that match and if it was real or not. That's where you have some great moments.
Chris Jericho needs to step back. Brock Lesnar would have wiped the floor with him.
Jericho got in his face, and Lesnar was like, hit me or kiss me, bitch. I was like,
mean,
ooh.
All he has to do is just take him down and it's over.
Yes.
I mean, that's some big boy right there.
Yes, all right, guys. We're closing in on this weekly thing. Favorite entrance theme. For me, I'm going to go Evolution. Motorhead, Lemmy.
Rest
Great
in peace,
song.
Lemmy.
Yes, R.I.P. Lemmy.
This is metal god.
What about you, my guy?
Lana.
I don't have
I
that
mean,
drop.
actually, I really do.
I wish I had that
I know
drop.
you guys like Maria and Mike's theme song.
That is the
I really like Lana's theme song. But
Oh.
and being serious, if I could be serious for a moment,
I wish I had this drop. I don't think I do.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, when the glass breaks, shit's hitting the fan. He's gonna just stun everybody. It's going down. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh hell! I don't have that. I'm sorry.
Now, so to answer this question for myself, there's always one for me, and it's going to be from my favorite wrestler, and that is when you hear that Latino Heat. That Eddie Guerrero.
Viva la Raza.
Oh, it was so good. Every single time it got me hype. I remember myself as a little kid at the Cow Palace when I saw him one time, just wearing a I'm Your Papi shirt, just dancing. I'm like, I'm just in it. And my dad's looking at me like, what's going on? Probably shouldn't be showing these kids this. But whatever. We all love it. Latino
Yes.
Heat, best one.
I love you, Eddie Guerrero. R.I.P. to the GOAT. All right, quick Raw recap. We're only going to cover the important stuff that happened. Ambrose and Rollins, they finally do the fist bump.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm the big dog.
Yeah. Apparently Roman Reigns isn't cool enough to be in this little Shield reunion.
It's because
Well,
you're winning the title, baby.
He's gonna like wrestle for the championship of the universe, then go defend it in the Milky Way, bro.
Yeah, man. Guardians of the Galaxy on here.
Yeah. All right, so they finally reunite. Sasha becomes number one contender in her hometown. Very shocked about that one.
With
Awesome.
Alexa Bliss looking down on her throne.
Oh man, I love you, Alexa. Shout out to the kid who got to slap the.
No shout out to that. No shout out
What
to
he did? He
that.
sexually assaulted Alexa Bliss.
So pretty much it was at a live event, and Nia Jax is carrying out Alexa Bliss. I think she got knocked out. So I don't know what happened.
This kid
And then-
reaches over the barricade and just.
It just
boom,
it slaps her in the butt.
to
No,
the
don't get me,
backside.
don't get me wrong. Shoot your shot out there, kid. But you're paying to see
Ballin'.
wrestlers. You
Big
don't
ballers don't.
just respect, right?
Big
Like you
baller
wanna-
brand.
like don't hit the girl, boy. Like man.
He's young.
He's
You
a
know, if
young
you're like under 14, you can get away with it.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
kid's
but-
like 7.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still, you know what I'm saying?
Cash joins the club.
Yeah, whatever.
I-
I mean, they've gone to the Big Show Caswell, I think, one too many times. Hopefully, it's over at SummerSlam.
I think
Please let it.
I'm done with any giant or any big guy just having to go through the Big Show. Don't get me wrong, we all know how it's gonna end up.
Braun
right?
and Show was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but it happens all the time. Like we saw.
It's all Shaq's fault. If Shaq actually wrestled, Big Show would have retired after that.
I mean, Show he's winding down.
Yeah, man. I mean, respect to Show. He's had a great career, but
I love you, Paul White.
don't you're not on name basis with him.
I'm
Just
not.
show the man respect.
I will. I'm sorry. All right. Akira Tozawa is the new cruiserweight champion. Apparently, he's on the Neville level.
Titus Worldwide, baby. We in it. Hoo-ah, hoo-ah, hoo-ah.
I actually caught a glimpse of 205 Live. Neville, he had bags under his eyes. His hair was all messed up.
I saw one thing online. I think it was on Twitter that was pretty interesting. Like, what if we have the Titus Worldwide brand going to every single show in WWE? So he has representatives in Raw, representatives in SmackDown Live, representatives in NXT, and 205 Live. Titus Worldwide is taking over, baby.
I was fine with this match because, honestly, if this would be on the pre-show, I wouldn't have watched it, but I watched it. It was on Raw. It was a decent match. It was fine. And,
The only thing I didn't like about it is I think it was a good match and everything, but I felt like, we're trying to get the Cruiserweight division to be taken seriously.
Yes.
If your title is going to be lost the week before the second biggest pay-per-view in the year.
I mean, I think the
It's
reason
kinda
why
weird.
it was done was it's the go-home show, and recently go-home shows haven't been all that great. So Vince wanted to shake things up again. Damn it.
they had, 3 SummerSlam matches on both their shows on Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
They were giving away some SmackDown matches or SummerSlam matches.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I think it's a title match. It should have gone on the pay-per-view, even if it was just pre-show.
Let's go on the pay-per-view. The rematch.
Is it the rematch? But it loses its juice for me. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully Neville moves on to bigger and better things. Go for the UK title or
I don't think there should be a cruiserweight thing at all.
Oh.
The cruiserweight division is a complete waste, and I know Mitchell loves it, but there's just no reason to have it. Keep Tozawa, Cedric Alexander, Noam Dar, Neville. You can just dump all the other guys. I don't care about the other guys.
What about Jack Gallagher?
He's
Gentleman
fine.
Jack.
He's fine.
I'm a fan of his.
I mean, he's a comedy act. No one's gonna take him
headbutt,
serious.
though.
Yeah, no one's gonna take him seriously if he's wrestling, I don't know, Big Cass or somebody.
Yeah.
But-
All right.
yeah.
Bray Wyatt defeats Finn Balor, then pours a bucket of blood on him.
It wasn't blood. It was liquid acidic stuff. They were very clear it was not blood,
Oh, okay.
even though it kind of looked like JR's barbecue sauce.
If this was 10 years ago, this would have turned into a first blood match. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
God,
the
sorry.
Demon. We get him at SummerSlam. The Demon versus the Eater of Worlds, and
Hopefully he doesn't separate his shoulder.
I don't like this, man. It's kind of the same problem we just had with the Tozawa Neville match, man. Like, why were you gonna give this a week before?
I mean,
And it was just a straight up 10-minute match where Bray Wyatt wins clean. And,
Yeah,
you're
so
gonna-
what's
and,
the-
and then you're gonna have he needs the Demon to beat Bray Wyatt when everyone else can beat Bray Wyatt.
But still, it's like why it's this. Bray's gonna win. I hopefully want Finn to win later. But
That's
where do
what's
we
going
leave
on.
off? No one's getting anything out of this. You know what I
It's
mean?
50-50 booking at its finest. Nobody wins when it's 50-50 booking.
And I don't like.
Balor joins the Wyatt family.
No,
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
they tried to do
I mean,
that with Dana Bryan.
Demons,
Look how that
demons
worked
aren't
out.
baby faces. They're heels.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic here.
I just want Luke Harper back.
He's teaming with Sin Cara on live.
I bet you
events.
within the next year Finn Balor will turn heel,
Oh, I love it. All right.
or he'll go to SmackDown. One or the other.
Love that too. Strowman, Roman, Joe, and Lesnar confrontation. Roman spears Joe. Braun power slams Roman, and then Lesnar and Strowman get pulled apart for like 10 minutes.
Roman Reigns is like the fourth wheel in this match.
He really is.
Like no one cares. Like because honestly, nobody thinks Roman's gonna win the match. It's either gonna be Braun, Roman, or Brock, or Joe.
How would you feel if Roman actually won that match? Because
I
we're
mean,
not expecting it, right? Everyone's presumably thinking it's either going to be Lesnar
I hear
or it's going to be Joe.
Rollins Ambrose win the tag titles. Roman wins the Universal title, and then they help each other to keep their titles. These are the things I hear.
that's what you're hearing. What's your sources?
I'm a corporate chill. Remember that. Who
Alright.
doesn't get paid, by the way?
You should, don't put him on the payroll.
Yes.
I'm saying this. I personally, in this match, in this moment, sorry, I love that confrontation between Brock and Braun.
I mean, that's what the whole match is building towards.
But I don't think we're gonna hopefully get a moment like that during the match. But that's the money match right there. That's the equivalent of what was it? Money in the Bank with the Nakamura and AJ Styles, like that.
I would love for them to like team up against Joe and Roman, and then they just go at each other.
That would be great.
Hey man,
mean-
I just want to see a good Fatal 4-Way.
We are.
But, you know,
Everybody's gonna get their stuff in.
I hope.
hopefully the crowd isn't tired after a 7-hour show.
That's another thing, man.
Barclays has sold out 4 days in a row. Lucky bastards.
I mean, why don't you guys come back to the Staples Center? I finally got money. I can go to SummerSlam now.
Man,
Come over here.
I was so sad when I went on Twitter and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be back in New York for the 4th year in a row.
But
Saw
that's
that.
okay. Staples Center gets No Mercy the month after,
I hear. Yes.
which Brock Lesnar is advertised for. So apparently he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. All right, guys. So when we get to SmackDown, got a little Punjabi celebration. It was the Indian Independence Day.
Shout out to India.
Shout out to India. We like you.
Mhm.
But then Shinsuke interrupts it.
Okay.
He insulted
I know
1.3 billion people.
I know I'm the Canadian destroyer, but I like to destroy Providence, Rhode Island for a second.
Oh.
Because,
Shoot, brother.
you guys were booing Indian celebration when they weren't doing anything bad. They were just celebrating their heritage on Independence
that's
Day.
a hate crime.
What
you guys.
happens if like John Cena goes down to Mexico or Canada and he like celebrates the 4th of July and they're all booing him? You guys would call them racist and you guys would hate on them and everything. I know it's hard to talk about this kind of stuff in the climate we're in right now, but come on, Providence.
I know.
Show some respect to India.
I know. After that segment, it's over. Natalya defeats Becky Lynch. The whole thing with Carmella coming out with the briefcase, saying like, "Hey, I'm still here. I'm the." What if? Now we'll get into that when we talk about SummerSlam. Rusev versus Gable. That's what, no contest.
In like a minute.
Yeah, and then RKO out of nowhere.
They
Li-
shot it very nicely.
Live crowds, they pop for Randy.
Wow,
But when you talk to people, they're like, oh.
It's just the RKO. The RKO's over. Randy
How-
Orton, not so much.
How dare he hurt handsome Rusev?
I forgot all about that.
He is a
He is a handsome man.
My sources say the way Randy Orton got underneath the ring is during the commercial break, about 20 crew members came out, and then, Randy's in the muddle, and then they shove him underneath the ring. So no one sees him. Or, then he just runs out like Bray Wyatt does after the show, and then
Oh
all
yeah,
that other
I've
stuff.
seen that. Bray Wyatt's a funny man. All right.
shout out to JoJo.
Shout out to JoJo. All right. Styles KO Shane. Confrontation here between Shane being the special guest referee. We got KO the challenger, Styles the champion. KO super kick Shane. So we're getting that Hell in the Cell match.
You think that's going to be the Hell in
Shooting
the Cell
star
match?
off the Hell in the Cell.
KO's,
Calling it right
God,
now.
no.
KO's power bomb and Shane off something.
Man, I just.
Do what he did to Machine Gun Kelly that one time.
It's just-
Off the stage
He was
through
off
the
the
table.
side stage.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
All right. The Nusos. That's what I like to call them. They defeat the New Day.
I like calling them the Hoodsos. They're my boys.
Hey, I've been down since day one.
San Francisco, where you at?
My day one is
Yes.
H.
All right. Fashion Peaks. Shout out to Mike Dalton and the Portuguese Sun Dragon. Original names for those boys, by the way. Facts.
Everything that the Fashion Police has done with these skits,
Did you see like the doppelgangers thing? In
it's so good. And everything in the it's so good. And it's funny reading a report that a fellow fan is Mr. One John Cena, and he's actually pushing for them to get more airtime.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean,
And you got John Cena in your corner. You're doing good.
I know.
yeah, should be good.
I mean, he has Vince's ear. Let's not forget that. Originally, their original name was supposed to be Febreze, but of course, during copyrights, they can't do that. So they're Breezango.
I wanted it.
The main event, John Cena versus Jinder Mahal. Mahal kicked out of the AA. Gives him some legitimacy. Some. Just a tad.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tad.
And
remember, he always has the power of 1.3 billion.
Yes, and
Yeah,
then of
I
course
mean,
Canadians. Now,
yeah,
moving on from that,
Indian Canadian.
he gets hit with an avalanche AA, and we're 1, 2. We see a briefcase slide in. Corbin runs in, does his deal with Cena. He's walking to the back, and he's like, you know what?
I'm
It's
gonna go
my
for it.
time.
I'm going for it.
I know.
Shoot my shot.
Whoop.
When I thought like Cena was gonna attack him before the bell or something, but no. When I heard that bell ring, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna happen. And then you can, uh, people were saying the ref took too long.
I mean, there's been precedent of them doing that. Like Dolph Ziggler
Yeah. I mean, when Punk cashed in the first time, Edge and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
but sometimes like what Dana Bryan just cashed in and pinned the Big Show. He didn't even move.
Yeah.
So I mean, they need to figure out a rule.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But anyway, so Cena gets his chin clocked by Corbin, and then Jinder Mahal beats him, and Jinder Mahal is still WWE
With
champion.
like his foot underneath the rope, and
That was
Baron
the-
Corbin clearly kicked out at 3.
That was the
It was bad.
greatest roll up I've ever seen.
Does this give some legitimacy to Jinder Mahal? He
No.
did it all by himself.
No.
Hey, all by him. It was a title defense.
He was a chicken. He's a chicken heel.
Hey, he didn't need anyone. He was a title defense. He got caught off guard. I like it. But I don't like the situation
You see,
of Baron Corbin. And
You know,
it's,
I don't know
well-
if we ever really talked about Baron Corbin cashing in. I didn't really think Baron Corbin should have cashed in and won, but I didn't. Like honestly, this cash in didn't help anybody. Who does it help?
it gives
Jinder Mahal rolls him up. That was a lucky
it
victory.
gives us a reason for why like Cena and Corbin are having this match now.
But you could have done what they did. Corbin goes to cash in, but John Cena attacks him before he
I
does
mean, they
it.
could have done that, but apparently he has backstage heat with his stuff he said about Meltzer, and he's blocking like WWE officials on Twitter. So he has some heat. That's why they pulled the trigger.
If you really want to bury him, what you do is
If he loses on Sunday, he should just retire.
he beats John Cena beats him.
that's the quintessential Barry, right?
But Cena needs
And then
to
he
lose
wins?
this to make
No,
up for the Nexus.
he loses to John Cena. He comes out, cashes in on Shinsuke. Shinsuke just wipes the floor with him, and he wins.
Well, yeah, I would.
If you really want to bury him, that's the way to bury him, and you put over Shinsuke at the same time.
But my whole thing with this is Corbin is he kind of green right now for that role, yes, but you could have like morphed him over time, and then when he cashed in, because he has this factor of like he could have cut a promo and said people spend 10, 15, 20 years wrestling in gymnasiums and bingo halls. I got a phone call. Now I'm the champ. He has that factor that he could have played, but
He's like Enzo. He has a good character. He's a way better wrestler than Enzo, but that's not saying a
I know
lot.
he's a big guy. He kind of reminds me of a little Razor Ramon-esque with the movements in the ring.
He can move a little bit, but
Yeah.
he's just not the greatest worker in the world.
The problem is, the only thing I have is he has something that very few guys have right now in the WWE, and that's that he's getting natural boos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He has that swagger about him.
It's just
He's
that
like- he
he's
changed
like
the song. I like that.
I don't mind the
I
song
like
change,
his
but,
old song
but
better.
it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like he goes out there and people boo him because they genuinely just don't like the guy. How many times
And he doesn't care. That's the.
And it's perfect because he's not supposed to care.
He's not playing.
He's the
He really
lone
doesn't
wolf.
care. I enjoy that.
And it's just I felt that they should have, even with all the things that are going on, I don't know what's going on backstage, but it's like any other job, right? Sit them down, be like, hey man, what's going on? You need to cut the crap, get your ish together.
I mean, that's what they used to do with Randy back in the day.
Yeah, so and look at Randy now, getting pops everywhere. They're saying just get his head on straight because you have potential with the guy, right?
Yeah.
And he's big, he's everything that Vince likes, but for it just to be a cash in where it's very mediocre. You know what?
Very underwoman cash in. One of the
Exactly.
worst cash ins ever.
Actually, this is the shortest match in history. 6 seconds.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
shorter than the Bob Backlund Diesel thing.
That's a
Shortest championship match ever.
Yes,
breaking
you
news,
can't
right?
beat that.
it's breaking news right there, baby.
What about like when Daniel just pinned the Big Show?
No, that was longer.
Well, like 8 seconds. Whatever. I'm not here to get into details.
Yes. All right.
Whatever.
Anyway, NXT Takeover this Saturday before SummerSlam. Let's get into that. Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling versus Andrade Cien Almas. Who you got?
Sombra.
Johnny Wrestling.
I got Johnny Gargano. They had this match at the NXT San Jose house show that I went to, which you can read my report at pwtorch.com.
Oh, plugs.
It was posted on Saturday, so you got to scroll down a little bit. But find it out. It's the second report, not the first report, because I'd like
yes.
to take my time, staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning to do
They
it.
pay you for that guy?
No.
You can just upload it.
Yeah, you just got to email them, and then they post it.
Let me get on, guys.
Shut up, Wade Killer. All right. So, anyways, they had a really good match. This was the opening of the house show, and it was a really good match. Andrade Cien Almas actually did the little Naito
Was,
tranquilo pose, laying down.
Was Nikki there? I mean, was Thicky Cross there?
Yes, she was there later on in the show with the tag team match
I like that.
with Sanity and Authors of Pain.
Sanity in the new video game, by the way. Excited for that.
Good
Congratulations,
for them.
Derek Young.
This could be a really good match, honestly.
Yes.
Like if it's like 15 minutes long, be a show stealer. Watch out.
That's how they normally do it with the opening match. Give them like 15.
Watch
So,
out.
I got Johnny wrestling.
Yep, me too.
I got Andres.
There's a
Cien
really
Almas.
There was a nice spot where Johnny does a suicide dive, throws him back in the ring, does a slingshot DDT for a great near fall. So watch out for that.
Hey, don't see,
I
now,
like his slingshot
Yeah.
spear into the ring. I like
Nah,
that.
So watch out for that spot.
now I feel like you're just throwing spoilers in the match, bro. Like, I wasn't there in San Jose. I don't know what's going on.
Well, if you read my report, you can read all about it.
Tommy End, I mean, Aleister Black. He faces Hideo Itami.
Oh, another match that was at the NXT house show.
Don't-
Apparently, it's just a dry run of the whole
Just
card.
the whole thing, yeah. So, does Black match or the GTS win this match?
Apparently, I shouldn't say it because I'll just spoil it.
I mean, you could give your opinion.
I'm going
You know,
Aleister Black.
I'm going to go with Aleister Black. I feel like Hideo Itami is going to,
I mean,
dominate most of the match, and then Aleister Black wins
Hideo,
it.
he's not doing. I mean, when he first got there, yeah, but then like, of course, he got injured, all that other stuff.
Here's the thing. As much I want Hideo to win, because I want that.
I just want to see the GTS. So
I,
miss
we,
that move.
I think we all want to see that, but
Punk,
I just
come
want
back to
Hideo.
us.
Like, do you guys remember pre-injury Hideo?
Yeah,
Like, he was great, and
teaming with Finn.
it was just he was one of the guys up there. I want to build him back up because you know the potential the kid has.
Yeah.
It's just
When he hit the
Getting him back
GTS the couple days before WrestleMania,
That-
one of the loudest
oh.
pops I've ever heard.
that was the
Oh, we haven't seen it in a while. Yeah.
that was probably my favorite live wrestling moment going to any NXT show. It was all you saw was him putting up Tyler Breeze on the shoulder.
And everyone
and
knows
everyone-
what's coming.
everyone
Is that the
knows
one
it's
that went to,
coming.
like,
That was the one before WrestleMania 31.
Like the
went
original.
to like 1 in the morning or something here.
I don't know.
What was that?
It went to like 1 in the morning, like.
Oh yeah, that was it. It was a
I
long
don't
show.
know.
It
I
start-
just remember I got stuck in the parking lot.
It
forever.
started off at I think it started like at 8 or 9. It was a late show. I
Yeah.
remember.
It was basically an NXT takeover.
I
Yeah,
remember.
it was like the pretty much the prequel to what an NXT Takeover was. But like I was saying, it was just let's make Hideo one of the top guys.
Was it like Austin's music hitting when Mankind won the title kind of pop?
I mean, there's a lot less people, so it's not as big of a pop, but it was a really big pop for
Alright, nice.
5,000 people.
for an intimate show? It was
So
as loud as
I
you
mean,
could get.
but this match when they were like actually going at each other, because Hideo was dominating most of the match at the house show,
Yeah.
but when they were actually trading strikes and going back and forth, it was really exciting.
So Black.
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 All right.
Black.
Yes. All right.
Come on. Stay strong,
you,
brother.
you went there.
There we go.
We had a moment.
Yes. AOP versus Sanity for the NXT Tag Team titles. Do you think AOP loses and gets called up?
I don't,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are there any other tag team? I know there's like this young African American tag team on the come up down there.
Yeah, I've seen stuff about him. I haven't been watching NXT lately,
What's
honestly.
brothers.
what happened to what's it called? So what TM61?
One of them
Oh,
got
one of
hurt.
them's injured.
One of
Shane
them's
Thornton.
still injured. I don't know. I remember they were wrestling back.
Until they get some like solid tag teams down there, I think AOP retains.
Yeah, and I don't think they're ready to get called up. They're still
No.
really green.
Yeah.
I love the pairing with Paul Ellery. It's working right now. I feel like these guys can.
He's like the Paul Heyman of tag teams.
Yeah, it's great, and it's one of those things where I feel like, in comparison to Paul Heyman, these guys can be the Brock Lesnar's of the tag team division. Like these guys are monsters. Just give them a little bit more time to develop, and then you know maybe in a year or two from now bring them back
I
up.
can honestly see Sanity getting called up.
Yes, I can see that because you got.
I mean, I don't know.
SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf are ready.
Killian Dane with the One Winged Angel.
Yeah, but I mean, Eric Young's what 40 now. He's been ready.
But Eric
But I
Young-
don't know if you want to just keep an NXT and let him be a teacher.
That could be true.
Eric Young, world class wrestler.
I can
Enjoy.
definitely see there's when Sanity first started, the one feud I wanted the most
They have a good song.
was Sanity versus the Wyatt family. And maybe let's say like someone said over here, maybe Finn Balor goes to the Wyatt family and we get
Maybe Thicky Cross becomes Sister Abigail.
hey,
Oh.
stranger things have happened in the
Shout
world
out
of
Thicky
wrestling.
Cross.
Shout out Sean Stewart, my boy.
Hmm
All right. Oscar versus Ember Moon. Oscar.
I'm going Ember Moon.
Really?
I'm going. They're gonna pull the trigger. Even though I don't know what you do with Asuka. I wouldn't be
SmackDown.
afraid of her just running the table and she gives it up like what Paige did.
So
Or they have a match for either you win or you give it the title, because
If she comes to the main roster, she has to bring a title with her. It puts eyes on NXT.
My thing is, I want Oscar's gonna win. That's plain and simple. But I feel like that's what's gonna end up happening. I want her to have that streak from NXT keep going when she goes up to the main roster. I want her to be a badass. Like I want her to keep kicking everyone's ass.
This is like the longest streak in wrestling, apparently.
She
Surpassed Goldberg's.
I mean,
one.
how long
Didn't
has
he
she
hit
been with the
500
company?
days,
Like what?
something like that?
2 years now? Two
About
and a half
2 years. But like I'm saying, like I want that streak to keep going. So then when you build her up, and let's say she goes to the main roster and she does win SmackDown Women's title or the Raw Women's title, that moment when she
You know.
loses that first match, whoever beats her,
Build up to like
It
her and Becky
legitimizes
Lynch or
it.
something.
yeah, it could be. Nah, I don't think it's gonna be that.
Becky Lynch all day.
I mean, it would bring even more credibility to, like, even a Charlotte, make her even more established.
You know
Because
what I mean?
she had her own little streak going.
Because at a point we had that.
Or do you do it to Bailey? She was a streak ender.
Could be. Oh, like I said, I just want.
I go Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, my girl. Give me that Becky.
Yeah.
Keeping the streak alive.
I'm going with my girl.
I'm going Asuka.
I'll go Ember Moon. Why not?
I mean, that finisher is amazing. Like, actually, you know what? Peyton Royce beats Asuka. Calling it right now.
What's you doing?
Peyton Royce dethrones Asuka
Dynamic.
She's
duo.
iconic.
at WrestleMania.
She doesn't look that bad either.
I like them.
Yeah. So Asuka, you said Moon.
Oscar, baby.
All right. The chosen one. Drew McIntyre. He faces the glorious, the It Factor professional wrestling, Bobby Roode. So guys, who do we have here?
I want Drew McIntyre to win. I really like him.
I mean, but I'm trying to hear this when this match is over.
No. You'll hear it before the match starts. You'll get it. But, you know, he'll be there.
So, do you really think Roode's ready?
I mean, at the house show, McIntyre honestly didn't get that good of a pop, which I was surprised, especially
Really?
since he's going to be in the main event. Because they build up Chris Hero to have a mystery partner.
Cassius Ohno?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
The real
I'm-
KO.
Cash Sono, baby.
So yeah, they're building up to having a mystery partner, and then Drew McIntyre comes out, and he didn't honestly get that big of a pop.
I mean, Saturday. Let's not forget.
And Bobby Roode was the most over act on that show.
Of course.
Everybody loved Bobby Roode.
Well, I mean,
Saturday we might hear this.
Or he just might be sitting in the front row.
you know.
But he's dead. R.I.P. Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Should we kill somebody off this podcast?
I don't know. Maybe the new kid.
I'm down with that. I'm done with life.
No, not you. All right. I'm going Bobby Roode on this one.
I'm going Bobby Roode as
Drew
well.
McIntyre.
Bobby Roode.
Is he still using the DDT as the finisher, or is he using the Claymore, the kick?
Last time I checked, I think.
How did he end the match? Did he win?
Yeah, I think he did a kick.
Yeah,
He kept throwing kicks.
He's using the Claymore. All right.
Oh no, man. What I just want for Bobby Roode is I want him to keep that title until the Royal Rumble, and maybe we'll see something
You
there.
know, if you want to bring Bobby Roode to the main roster, like repackage the Horseman gimmick, he'd be the perfect guy for that. He doesn't have to lead. He can be like the enforcer type guy or whatever.
Nah, I want him as lead if we do that.
I mean, we can.
ROH Invasion, NXT. It's gonna happen. Steve Corino.
Triple H had an interview on a podcast. I'm gonna get into that when we finish the SummerSlam thing. He spoke about your Japan.
My Japan.
Your Japan.
It's my Japan.
It's your Japan.
Kenny Omega, baby.
You're on an island
All
by
day.
yourself,
Fresh out of Hot Topic.
So yes, yes, Kenny Omega. All right.
No, wait. I have a question. So you were talking about the NXT house show that was in San Jose. My brother went, and I want to confirm this. Is it true that after the 1-2 counts,
They kept doing too sweet. It
Did
pisses me off. It is so
Is
annoying.
that the new?
That is so fucking annoying.
Is that the new? Do you think that's gonna be the new 10?
Probably, and it's so annoying.
I thought
Because especially, they do so many 2 counts throughout the entire show, and it's just.
I thought it was funny when he told me that.
It's annoying. It is so annoying.
I wish I would have seen that in person, but
I mean,
I just wanted
It's-
confirmation on that
honestly, they only did one "This Is Awesome" chant, which I was fine with, because the "This Is
No
Awesome"
CM Punk
chant.
chants?
No CM Punk
The one
chants.
we went to last year. You heard those CM Punk chants?
one. I still hate Section 17.
I started
The "This Is Awesome" chant pisses
That was
me off
Section
too.
13, those
The 10 chants piss
jobbers.
me off. They did the 10 chants a couple
10
times,
chants is the
which
new
makes
yes.
absolutely no sense because you're just hurting the wrestlers. How are they supposed to hear the count?
10 chants for Ty Dillinger only. That's where I want to leave it.
Yeah. You have your people who want to put themselves over at shows. All right, SummerSlam kickoff. Tozawa versus Neville for the Cruiserweight title. Tozawa.
I mean, you put it on them. Might as well keep it on them.
Titus Worldwide, baby.
Tozawa.
Yup.
All right, the New Souls go up against the New Day. SmackDown Tag Team titles. New Day.
I'm going with the Hutsos.
Really?
I like where this
Four-time champs?
I like where this feud is going. I want to keep it going, and I mean, I just want the inevitability of, Breezango winning the championships later on.
Yeah. All right. What are you going?
You know, we'll go with the Usos. Why not?
All
'Cause
right.
I don't think. I mean, there'll be one other title change, but I
Big-
think that'll be it.
Big Cass versus Big Show. Big Cass.
I got Big Cass as well, but I wouldn't put it against Enzo to do some sneaky things up in that shark cage.
He sneaks out and
A little sneaky boy.
And he
tired of
dives
looking at
off
Enzo
of the
Amore,
top.
to be honest with you.
I still love Enzo.
All right. What about you?
we'll go with Big Cass. Why not? It's the obvious choice.
Good brother.
We'll go with that one.
Randall Keith Orton goes up against Hans Rusev. Randy.
Ruru.
Randy
I
just lost
think-
3 pay-per-views in a row.
Ruru.
You got to think about that.
Good. To get him off.
He's SmackDown's Bray Wyatt.
Get him off TV, and
Rusev is SmackDown's Bray
put
Wyatt.
put a title on Rusev. That's all I want.
Once I said this before, it should have been Chad Gable versus Rusev. That would have been a much better match.
Chad Gable. and
Crowd
Rusev.
actually would have cared, because I bet you the Brooklyn crowd will get behind Rusev in this match. They will.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I would go with Rusev, but I think Randy Orton's gonna win.
Yes. All right. The face that runs the place, John Cena, Baron Corbin. I go Corbin.
I'm going John Cena.
He has to lose for the Nexus.
Who cares? That is so played out. Who cares?
He has to lose.
If all the
I mean, if you just look at all the matches he's had, it made sense for him to win to lose every single one of those. This one, not so much.
with all the reports about the heat on Baron Corbin,
Yeah.
I think Cena wins.
I'm
just
gonna
to
go
prove my
Corbin.
lesson.
Besides,
anyway.
Cena's going over to Raw, so he needs some juice, because when he goes over to face, I don't know, Samoa Joe or
But does
whoever.
Cena really need juice? I mean, it's Cena.
I mean, he
He's gonna-
did
anywhere
just,
he goes,
he did
he's
just
gonna be
put
on.
over Shinsuke Nakamura.
He's
what I'm saying?
established. He's all right.
So that means he's gonna win.
Yeah, John Cena's winning.
He doesn't do
this
it 2
match.
times. He'll do it 1 time. He's not gonna
Yeah,
do that 2 times in a row.
2 times is pushing it.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Sheamus and Cesaro versus somewhat Shield, Rollins and Ambrose. I go Rollins.
Shield all day.
I'm going with the Swiss Superman and the Pale Boy.
Sheamus, he's shooting a movie pretty soon, so he's taking time off.
I still want them.
I
to
feel
win.
like they should have built up the fist bump till after they won,
don't-
which I
that's-
heard that's what they were gonna do, but then
That's so predictable, though.
I know, but
I think
I still popped for it. On
I think
Raw.
you wanted that moment where they're both come together, you know.
I
But
mean-
I like Sheamus and Cesaro as tag team champs. I want to keep seeing it. I know
They are the bar.
the movie's coming and all, but maybe they win tonight. Maybe the next night, they'll lose it again. I don't know.
We'll see. Naomi versus Natalia.
I don't really care.
I mean, what is Naomi's title like? Her title reign has been just bleh.
it's man like
It's nothing.
I watch SmackDown and I genuinely don't care about either one of these
I
two.
mean, and honestly, her entrance is starting to get a little boring. She
I've,
kind of does the same thing all the time.
I've hated this entrance since the first time she came out with it.
And
that-
I hate that title with a vengeance. Don't put light bright bits on your damn title.
I was just listening to Talk as Jericho. She was on there. She said they tried to paint it with like glow in the dark stuff.
Ugh.
But that would come off with like sweat and
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know. And then she was like, "Hey Vince, can I have the title glow?" He was like, "Yeah, I like it." And I don't know, but in a perfect world, I would like Natalia to have the run she should have had like 5 years ago. But
She's only been a champion once.
yes, and that was like for like 4 weeks.
Personally, I think I think Natalia takes it.
I
But
want.
I would not be surprised
We don't need.
if one Mrs. Money in the Bank is just lurking around.
Yeah, she cashes in, and Ellsworth wins the title. Let's go with that.
That's what maybe.
First ever intergender champion. Boom.
We're breaking barriers here.
I am. So I'm going Natty Neidhart.
Sam.
I'll go with Naomi.
I'll feel the glow.
Hmm
But Natalia, she's a glow
I'll go.
stopper.
I'll go with Naomi, and we'll go with the Carmella cash-in.
All right.
Okay.
There we go.
I like that.
Little Miss Bliss.
Mm.
Defending against Sasha Banks. There's real life heat. I'm excited.
This is probably one of the harder matches for me because I
Excited.
love
I mean,
both
I
of
love
them.
real
It
life
was supposed to be Bailey, and I didn't think they were gonna have Bailey win this match anyways.
Alexa,
I mean, I think Alexa Bliss is
Does
gonna win.
does Sasha break the Brooklyn curse?
She hasn't won in Brooklyn.
no, she's Bailey's beat her.
She lost that takeover.
Yeah.
She lost SummerSlam. We have a special cameo in you saw.
I don't know. It's like I said, it's hard for me. These are two, if not my two favorite women's wrestlers on both rosters.
My babies.
Sasha's my girl. day one, but
Thoughts on my girl, no, baby.
something about Alexa Bliss. I've loved her since I loved her when she was blue. I loved her when she was
I
red.
loved her when she was a fairy.
I loved her when she was rip-off Harley Quinn.
I mean, one reason why I'm really high on Alexa Bliss, she's brought importance back to the DDT.
Yeah,
You just like her because her ass hangs out.
She brought importance back to Jake Roberts' DDT.
Mm-hmm. That's why.
I mean,
And she has assets.
you know what?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a red-blooded American male. I won't lie.
I'm going Bliss.
Schwing.
I'm going pretty Miss Bliss, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alexa Bliss all day. All day, girl.
Another three-peat there.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Demon Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Balor.
I mean, you can't waste the demon gimmick on a loss to Bray
He's
Wyatt.
only lost as Demon once.
Exactly.
So the only way I could see this if we have another classic Wyatt moment where lights turn off and then we get a new
like
family
worms
member.
on the ring. And,
Yeah, you break at the projector again.
yeah.
Hey man, that projector scared me.
Styles versus Owens U.S. title. Shane McMahon special guest referee. I go the phenomenal one.
Go Owens.
Is there going to be a shenanigans involved?
Do you remember SummerSlam 2011 where Cena got pinned and his leg was on the rope?
Mhm.
That might happen.
What do you think? I don't know. I want Owens to win. Oh no, you know what? I'll scratch that. Owens is gonna win, but there's gonna be some tomfoolery. I think probably Shane's gonna screw him. Shane's gonna screw Owens. That's what I
Right
think.
there in the middle of the
He
ring.
is a McMahon.
Just right there.
Damn it.
That's right.
All right.
AJ Styles.
Styles.
AJ Styles.
All right. Shinsuke Nakamura. He's wrestling for that WWE title.
The title.
The cash in that's not in effect anymore. So
Just a match. Just a match.
what about the Bollywood boys? What about the Singh brothers?
The Bollywood boys are no match for Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win the WWE Championship at SummerSlam today. Can you please turn that music off? I'm trying to make my points here.
I know you're trying to make your points. Sorry.
Turn it off, damn it.
Damn it, turn it off. Yeah.
Shinsuke.
I already said, have Nakamura win, have Baron Corbin cash in, and then have Nakamura just steamroll. Just put over Nakamura as strong as you can, because Nakamura is the future.
I mean, aren't they
He's
going
the
to India
present.
soon?
Yeah.
Probably.
Honestly,
Could
what
they do Shinsuke wins, then they just put the title back on Jinder?
Probably.
what you want to do to get some heat is have Jinder Mahal go up against AJ Styles and have Jinder Mahal beat AJ Styles in India to be the United States champion. Because if you go in India, I think AJ probably would love either both of them. I don't know if they'd love
Jinder's the face.
They probably would love
Yeah,
Jinder
no,
more.
it was.
He's a face in India and Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna go with the boy, Swagsuke Nakamura.
I'm going with Shinsuke. Reminds me of my boy Michael Jackson. R.I.P. to the GOAT. All right.
no faith in Jinder.
I mean,
Look,
my
I'm
my
not
moniker's after him.
I'm not 100% sure Shinsuke is gonna win. It's just that's the right move and that's what you should do. Because Jinder Mahal.
Or is it too soon for Shinsuke?
No, it's not too soon. The man's like what, 37 years old, 38. He's old.
the only thing I would hate to happen is if we get kind of like a Roman treatment, to where Roman had those 3 months and then got fucking won the championship and then everyone fucking turned on him.
3 months. It was more like 2 weeks.
Whatever it was, man. It was like he didn't have feuds. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, other than that Cena match, Shinsuke has been meh on SmackDown Live. He has a
I
dopest,
do agree with that. Shinsuke hasn't lived up to his potential.
You know what I mean? And so it's like that's what the only thing I have a fear of is he's gonna win the championship and they're not gonna know how to use him, right?
That's kind of Shinsuke's MO around there. It's like when the big matches come, he turns it up, but when it's just just a regular, he doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
He's not going to do anything. He's
Yeah.
kind of like Randy Orton. He's going to do what he has to do
All right.
stuff.
He is a rock star,
All
though.
right. The big one. We got my boy LeBron Strowman versus Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Remember, if Lesnar leaves,
Did you say LeBron Strowman?
LeBron Strowman. Bro, you guys hating on my boy LeBron.
That's a good one.
So, I mean, do we hear this at the end of the night?
Braun. Honestly,
I don't have the Braun sound,
Roman
so-
Reigns is probably the 4th out of the 4 to win. Because I've said this, for a long time. This is all building up to Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar clean in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania, so he can be the number 1 chosen one because this is his yard. Blah 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 blah.
I mean, I think this guy wins.
Brock Lesnar!
I'm going Lesnar.
I won't be surprised if Samoa Joe wins.
I could see that, like, Roman spears somebody, then Joe just comes up and chokes him out,
You know what's gonna happen?
and they don't do this anymore, so it's a clean just.
I think if somebody wins, I think they will pin Brock Lesnar.
Look here,
I think Samoa Joe will choke out Brock Lesnar.
I'm telling you this right now. This is
Bold move.
That's the beauty of this Fatal 4-Way, though.
This-
Brock doesn't have to get pinned. I
this is
like
my
that.
bold prediction of this match. Samoa Joe walks out champion by choking out Brock Lesnar. I think there's going to be a moment where
I just said that.
where Braun, this is what's going to happen. Braun and Lesnar are going to be kicking each other's ass,
I want to see Braun go to Suplex City.
and then Roman will spear the shit out of Braun. We're going to have another just that epic face-off between Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. It's that because remember when everyone was watching that Balls of Fury? They got a terrible pay-per-view name.
Oh, you
That
mean
match,
no,
the
I'm
match
not gonna
between
play.
them, and it was so good, and I just want to have that moment again, and I want to see him finally just choke out the beast, put him to rest, and walk out with the real Samoan Joe.
So Joe,
I don't know. It's either between Joe or Brock Lesnar. It's so hard. I know. I gotta pick one. It's so hard. You know what? I'm just gonna go Brock Lesnar.
Brock,
You gotta build up Brock.
you going the Hawaiian guy who's Samoan?
I'm going with the original Big Goose.
I got to go to the Beast incarnate. I'm going Brock Lesnar.
I mean, but
As resident Roman Reigns fan,
because he's gonna
I
come
feel
back
betrayed.
next.
I feel like I'm betraying all the Roman Reigns fans out there, man. I always hype him up, but
Roman's not getting pinned in the match.
No.
He'll be out on the outside, taking a breather like he does all the time,
you know what?
taking a nap.
Bring him. You know what? Put him back with the Shield. Let them run things.
Yep. All right. Superstar spotlight. This is the highlight. Who was the shining star this week?
To be honest with you, the moment I liked the most was just the women go. It's Sasha and it's Nia. And you see Alexa Bliss just hanging out on her pedestal.
So who you going?
Pussy on a
going with-
pedestal.
I'm going with the girl.
Shout out for the old virgin.
She was my
Bliss.
wallpaper for almost a year.
Bliss. Little Miss
Alexa
Bliss.
Bliss, baby.
I'm wearing the T-shirt right now.
Actually,
We're going Kenny Omega.
You know what?
He got over the
hold on,
hump. He
hold on.
finally beat
Hold on,
Okada
hold
in the G1
You
climax.
know what my superstar spotlight is? Kenny Omega.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. All
I'll
day.
give you marks what you want.
Yeah, Kenny Omega the cleaner.
Okada selling the neck injury, telling the story. They went 27 days straight. Am I correct?
Well, not straight, but sort of like that.
Something like that. I mean, Omega just really attacking Okada. Okada throwing out big moves when he can. That picture perfect drop kick when he could, and then Omega in the 30-minute time limit got the job done.
It's not the best. Honestly, it's probably the third out of the three matches, but just strictly storytelling, it told a great story. Kenny just
Now,
going straight out of the gate, got to
let me
beat him
ask.
in under 30.
We alluded to this a few weeks ago back on the pod. What will go down in history better? Not Steamboat.
Flair.
Yeah, Steamboat Flair.
Steamboat Flair.
That trilogy or this one?
But Rock and Austin is up there as well.
I know. That is true. I mean, it's a different time. I know.
It's just okay. So, I would go with Rock and Austin just because they drew so much money with that feud.
They did.
But just the work alone, Okada and Omega cannot be touched. It is in another stratosphere. Because all three matches are 5-star classics.
Steamboat Flair, Rock, Austin, Omega, Okada.
I'm going Omega Okada just for the sheer fact that the first two matches between both of them, you rewatch those. You can rewatch those 20, 30 years from now. Those are going to be the classic matches that people are going to be talking about. Those are the best matches in my lifetime I've ever seen.
It's how can you get better than that? And just each time they
they're
top
topping
it. Each time.
Now, to be 100% honest with you guys, I haven't seen the third one yet, just because I haven't gotten around time to it.
Yeah.
I've seen highlights of it, and from what it looks like to me, it looks like maybe it wasn't the best of all three matches, but
No, it's the worst out of the three matches.
it felt like it
but
was
the storytelling
it was just the
amazing.
most raw match, just looking at the emotions between both of them, how much they both wanted it. I can't wait to see it.
For me, got to stick with the classic. I'm going Flair Steamboat.
There's
Okay, then what's the trilogy? What are the three matches?
I alluded to that 3 weeks ago.
Oh, he can't name it.
he calling out.
I know
he
it was
does
like
call the
Chi-Town-
boy out.
Chi-Town Rumble, Raging Cajun, and then
So the problem is I can't.
Starcade.
The problem is I can't fact check them because I don't remember either.
Yeah, I don't really know what the exact trilogy is, so I'm just calling them out. And I think I won. I think it
I
worked.
think one of the last ones was Clash of Champions. It was like Chi-Town Rumble, Raging Cage, and Clash of Champions.
We'll fact check you after the show. But
Fact check me. Go back in the archives and watch. Thank you. All right, so we got in our superstar spotlight. This is a thing I saw on the internet. I wanna hit you guys with turn, learn, return. Turn, you turn him heel. Learn, they go back down to NXT, and return, of course, superstar comes back. So, turn, Roman Reigns, John Cena, AJ Styles.
It's not even a question who you turn. It is Roman Reigns. He's the number one heel in the company. He just ain't playing a heel.
But John Cena turned heel 10 years ago. We missed it.
see,
It's Roman Reigns. It is Roman Reigns. 100%. No doubt about it. Move on to the next question.
you know what I really want? I want a full Bullet Club that are all
I'm going heel AJ Styles.
Oh my
Heel
God. We just
Styles.
had a heel AJ Styles.
I want a heel Styles, a heel Balor, and a heel Good Brothers. That's what I want.
I'd like
So-
to see that as well.
Okay.
All right. Learn. They go back down. Sami Zayn, Bailey, Big Cass.
Big Cass.
Colin Cassidy, yes.
Big
Yeah,
Cass.
I'm going Big Cass. I want him. Same thing, kind of build him up to be the next big monster.
Put the NXT title on.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Actually,
Send out Enzo too.
you know what? Personally, I would like to switch this question. I'd like to send down Enzo, get him in there, give him some more work. He could be the guy in NXT.
I mean, I kept saying just let him be a manager.
Yeah.
Don't let him wrestle before he
Uh,
hurts somebody or himself.
Yeah.
Knocks himself out again.
Nah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
return. Austin, Rock, HBK.
I mean, you already know who I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's the man. He's been away for, how long has this been? 14 years now? He's been
Yeah.
along for so long.
I want to hear the glass break.
I mean, if he really wanted to, he could have an amazing match. Because he knows all the shortcuts. He knows, what his character is. But I just don't know how his health is.
Yeah.
How's his knees holding up? How's his neck holding up?
All that good
Sure.
stuff.
I'm gonna go with Austin as well. Also, another thing, I don't know if you guys knew, but if you guys covered it, Austin lost his pupper, Hirsch the Wonder Dog,
Oh, it died.
couple
R.I.P.
weeks ago.
Hershey.
And the thing is, I got a puppy, Chocolate Lab / Pitbull Mix, and we named it after Hershey the Wonder Dog. So, I'm gonna go Austin. Not for that reason, just because Austin fucking kicks ass.
Just because of the dog.
But I'm just saying,
Hershey
No.
with a run-in.
my Hirsch sends condolences to your Hirsch, baby.
Bro, did you just cuss on this podcast?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. You're gonna have to edit it
I
out.
just said pussy on a pedestal a couple minutes ago.
What are you guys doing? What is that? God. I'm using
Once again,
I'm using Sting Crow.
That's fine. You use like a cheap knockoff, like a sound, like a cell phone recorded like Sting Crow, like back in the days when you have to get like a cell phone and record your favorite song. I want that.
All right. For me, in a perfect world, I would love Shawn Michaels, but he's not coming back because it doesn't do anything for him.
I
when
think
the
The
guy is
Rock will
wrestling.
come back one day.
The Rock will come back.
That
The Rock will be at
new
WrestleMania.
bull tattoo, whatever that is.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I like the Brahma Bull better.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rumble is classic, but I mean,
Ty Dillinger was such a mark. He got a Brahma bull one, but it was really bad, so we had to cover it up.
Well, he didn't want to look like a mark, so he covered it up.
Yeah.
I'll look like a mark,
I mean, you are one.
bro. I'm about to get a CM Punk chest tattoo. Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. Tell us about our promo pick of the week.
Okay, so as I alluded to earlier, I talked about Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan as one of my favorite SummerSlam matches. And one of the reasons Hulk Hogan wasn't feeling the trilogy is because he felt like the promos that HBK was cutting was coming a little too close to home. And so we have the Raw August 15th, 2005 edition of Raw, the go-home show before SummerSlam in Montreal, where, HBK screwed Brett. All that other good stuff. Shawn Michaels being a great heel, just, egging on the Canadian
Brett
crowd.
screwed Brett.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Just
Canadians.
HBK just being classic, late 90s HBK, just kind of making fun of everybody. There's two moments where they pull off the music and nobody comes out. Bret Hart comes out with the music and everything, but Bret doesn't come out. It was amazing. And then Hulk Hogan, he does the same thing. It's a great match. Great promo.
Yeah.
I'm always fond of making fun of Canadians.
I mean, with the whole Brett screwed Brett thing, I don't have a Vince laugh, so I think this will do. Yes. All right, so match pick of the week. I don't have a match. I have a few match picks of the week.
The whole G1 climax.
No, SummerSlam. We're in the SummerSlam mode.
You picked Survivor Series last week.
I know. I didn't want to be on the track, but SummerSlam mode.
It's SummerSlam week, the biggest party of the summer.
Ooh, baby.
Big Poppy of the summer now, baby. All right.
Mhm.
SummerSlam 2011, Christian versus Randy Orton, World Heavyweight Championship. SummerSlam 2002, Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio. SummerSlam 1992, Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog, Wembley Stadium, Intercontinental Championship. And then we talked about this earlier, 1995 ladder match, HBK versus Razor Ramon, Intercontinental title.
Let's go.
All right, that's a lot.
That's a lot of
It's a
them.
lot of homework for you guys.
Go look at them. Go watch them, or any of the ones we mentioned earlier on in the pod, of course. Follow us on Twitter at BulletCast. Please tweet us questions. I saw a couple marks tweeting us questions.
A couple, I thought I just saw one.
One mark, yes.
Hey.
You know who you are.
Hey, you out there. You living.
All right. The Instagram is the BulletCast. Facebook BulletCast. Subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn. Some other stuff I don't know about.
Wherever you can listen to a
SoundCloud.
podcast.
We're not on Podcast One,
Not on podcast one?
but that's where the big boys at.
Well,
Big Baller on now, baby.
Podcast
One day,
one.
baby.
Podcast one's its own company.
I'm a quick
I know.
plug my socials just because, you know.
We're coming after
I'm
you,
a young-
Stone Cold, Chris
I'm a young
Jericho,
boy.
Wade Keller.
Sam Roberts, Peter
Where?
Rosenberg, Brian
Yo.
Campbell.
We're gonna be on Podcast one day. Watch out.
I said,
What found no baby?
Mhm.
well,
Big Dolph Coleman.
follow this boy right here, that Eric Samuel on IG and Twitter. We're doing plugs out here.
Okay.
And that Eric Samuel on YouTube. I'm making a comeback, baby.
Sleazy E, you know you the Eiffel Tower of power. You funky like a monkey, too sweet to be sour now, baby.
Ooh, don't you threaten me with a good time out here, baby.
I'm sorry. All right, so if that's it, SummerSlam Sunday, 4-hour show, 2-hour pre-show. NXT Takeover Saturday was about 2.5 hours.
I think I need to take a
Something
nap.
like that.
midway through
SummerSlam
this.
is way too damn long. Why is there even a 2-hour pre-show? Like, what's the point of the 2-hour pre-show?
I don't.
Gotta get your stuff in.
I'm not listening to Lita and Jerry Lawler just babble on about nothing for 2 hours.
Lita lives in the Bay. I gotta listen to Lita. Didn't you meet Lita once?
I did meet Lita once at my Whole Foods.
I'm gonna have to go in there. And
I met Lita once. Great time.
I didn't.
Took selfies with her.
Sad. All right, guys. If that's all, we've got to get out of here. We've got things to do.
People to see.
I've got to edit this podcast. As always, FTR, F the Revival, and I guess
Watch
this
out. WWE will come for us.
I know what you mean. And if that's if there's any other way to end this podcast, I think it's the way I've been ending it for the last couple of weeks.
And thanks for being the elite, the elite. Break it down, the elite, the elite. Break it down. Block it out, block it out, block it out.
See you guys next time. Bruh.
Goodbye and good night. Boom.
Bruh.
Cody Rhodes representing the Bullet Club. This has been a Bullet Cast. Thank you for listening.